Incremental greetings. Today I want to share with you how to create a backup for SuperMemo, especially using Git, in this case GitLab. And as you can see, I actually tried this at the very beginning, 11 months ago. So first step will be creating an account. I think it's not needed to record this on the video. So next step will be creating a new project or repository. I won't be using that. So we'll be creating a new one. So click here, new repository, blank, and I will call it SuperMemo. Then visibility level, absolutely in private. You really don't want to share these files. And create project. You don't need to change anything else. Now we have created an account if you didn't have one, and second, we created the repository. So now the next step is installing Git for Windows. That website, gitforwindows.org, download that and install it. Nothing out of the ordinary. And perhaps that on Windows Terminal. And check for the dates. Why not? What's recommended is to use the default settings. I only installed a couple more things, and the rest is default. Okay, it's finally installed, finished. The step will be opening the command prompt. So now we will create the user. So git config global user.name and the name. I will be using Palace with capital P. Gotcha. Then same with email. Now I will be using the email I have on GitLab. So the setup now it's completed. Now SuperMemo is the name of the project or repository we did. So go click on clone and copy that. The clone with HTTPS. So now we'll be using that link we just copied. So git clone, and I will be using the clipboard. Now we have a local version of our repository. Now the question is, exactly where on my computer is that, right? And here it is. So that's the same folder. As you can see, I used my drive CD, and here I am. And I'm using a custom folder for SuperMemo, and it's this one, SM184. Here I have all the files and all the systems, which are all the collections. Now the question is, okay, we created a local copy of the repository, but where? Keep in mind that we are using the drive D, and here's my drive D. It's called SM for SuperMemo, and I'm using one custom folder for that, which is this one, SM18 and 4. And I have all the files here, including the systems, which are all the collections. Here it is. SuperMemo is the name of the repository, and look at the date. If I go here, that's my today. And here it is. We have the Git folder and the README in Markdown file. So that's what actually we just did with here. Gotcha. Now we can go to the next step. So I will go here, and I want to copy absolutely all collections and everything I have here. So it's not just my main collection, which is learning. So I will copy this folder inside here. I have so many. I think I have more than 100,000 files already. And even though it's not that much, it's just 2 gigabytes. It will take long because it's scattered with so many different files. In the meantime, we will be doing the next step, which is creating a file. It's optional, but it comes in handy, and it's for automating saving. Usually in GitHub terminology, it's called push, because you have push and pull. So we'll be creating a new file. So basically, it's a text file with the extension of bat with this code. Finally, we are done. So I created a full copy of my entire folder inside SuperMemo, which this folder is from the repository. So now what we can do actually is using this file, just double click on it, more info, run anyway. The first time you do this will take a while depending on how large your collection is. But the good news is that later on, only what's modified will be synchronized. Further synchronizations and updates will be extremely quick to do. Instead of copying the entire thing as I just did off camera, and that took almost 20 minutes. So all the steps I'm following comes from this guide from the community, which is pretty well made. So feel free to use it for copy and pasting the code you need like this, and adapt it. The links I use for downloading and so on. So I just made a video version of this tutorial, of this guide. I noticed that I'm getting this warning constantly. The file will have its original line endings in your working directory. So, and I found out that this is because I'm using a Windows machine, obviously, because I'm using SuperMemo, but this is being synced with a Unix server. And I Googled, I end up here, I can do that, so I could prevent any future warnings. Okay, so it's been a while, finally it's finished, and I noticed that the window disappears, so it closes automatically. And here, that's the repository, and as you can see, 1.1 gigabytes. Now the next step is opening the collection, but this is extremely important, because keep in mind now I'm using this folder inside SuperMemo, not straight away here. So what I will do when I open SuperMemo, you can see that all my collections are D and SM184. So what I will need to do is open collection and now go here, D, in my case it's D, SuperMemo, SM184, systems, and now the English collection. The good news is that you will have to do this just once every time you open each collection. So now I will do the same, for instance, with learning, which is my main collection. So from now on, I will be using that. So eventually, what I will do when I have all the collection transferred and I made sure that everything is okay and I'm used to how it's working, I will get rid of that, of the old copy. Because all I need to go every time I finish a session is double click on that. So now pay attention here that it's actually not the same collection. Both are the same. Now are the same because I didn't do any repetition. But look, the difference is because it's a different place. Keep that in mind, is extremely important because it may happen that you're using the old version instead of the new. So you won't save any progress at all.